All right, guys, it's time for another episode of Rumble Reacts. Last week I uploaded a video where we reacted to the first round of the Tengu Rumble. If you don't know what Tengu Rumble is, in the Tengu Plant Discord, we have a free entry multi-day event with a cash prize where you basically have 72 hours to play out your match, and we have like 40 participants in this tournament, so we're going to be reacting to all the replays from all the matches. So yeah, we're just going to jump right into it. I'm going to try to go really quick. We got to fast forward them so we can get everything into the video. But this is round 2. We're going to try to get all the rounds in to go through the entire tournament. But yeah, we'll just kind of hop right in. So starting off, we got Leigh Murphy on Trooper Agents versus Trebia on Kara Curry. Now, if there's one thing I know about Agents and Kara Curry, as I talked about in my Kara Curry video, is Agents is a tough matchup. So I'm going to be interested to see if Trebia can kind of pull through. Regardless of how difficult it is. Having a pretty strong start. Interesting that we didn't elect to go for... Oh, wait, they searched the Komoichi. We searched the Komoichi. Just trolling. I'm trolling. Okay, so then we normal summon Thunder King, attack over. Oh, like Leigh Murphy on the Brickfest hand of all bricks with the Shine Ball plus double Shine Ball plus a Dark Hole. Not a lot going for us. And here we have like a crazy play. This is just going to be Trish right here. Oh, it's not Trish. He's not going for Trish. I 100% think a Trish slam is like pretty strong, but this does genuinely or generally protect the board. Not playing around Gores, which is kind of impressive, but I guess we have a Lance in case they do have Gores. Here comes the Leviathan Dragon, but this Lance is just going to come up so clutch here. Yeah, and so, yeah, Leigh Murphy just kind of has to scoop that one. Unfortunate brick, but that's what I talk about with Agents, guys. Agents are just kind of bricky, man. They look insane when they look insane, but then they look awful when they look awful. Shout out to Trebia over here, not slamming the Veiler on the tour guide. I respect it. We go for a Cyber Dragon play into... Oh, my gosh. And, we actually... Herald of Orange Light, the Merchant there, which is pretty crazy. Or not the Merchant, the Strategist. We got a Dark Hole onto the Leviathan Dragon. Here comes... Okay, yeah. That Veiler does make sense. Wait. We're just crashing? Ugh, I don't know how I feel about that. But it is what it is, I suppose. We don't really have a lot of tools here to, make it through. Set another card. We get the Trap Dust Shoot. Dust Shoot's, pretty good here. We now know that our opponent has Orange Light, but we have the Debunk to deal with it. Okay, we're swapping the Komoichi in main phase 2. That's pretty evident there. This is going to swap it, and then does this swap it again? I believe it does. Oh, yeah, never mind. We're going for Tragodia. Debunking the Trag. That's unfortunate, because that does mean that the Herald of Orange Light is live. Chain the space on the Call of the Haunted. Duality. It's a quick. Okay, quick isn't bad, but, it sucks because, again, you need to special summon this turn. So I think it's probably just cooked. I think we're going to game 3 for sure. Yep, we are going to game 3 indeed. Okay, so Trebia getting to go first. Has a Leeching the Light. Going for the Gen X Neutron into a Search. That's really nice. No Herald of Orange Light on the side of Leigh Murphy. And the double Shine Ball opening again. That is super unlucky. But we do have access to BLS and Hyperion, so this can make an extensive play. We're going for... Hypa into Landois, which isn't terrible, but this does mean... Oh, yeah, we're letting that go through. That's kind of interesting. Here comes the BLS. No priority. Okay, now we're going in for big combos here. This might just be game right here. Yeah, we can play through Gores because we have Landois or Trag. Yeah, so... Damn, congrats to Trebia. That's sick. Always love to see the Kara Currys getting the dub, especially in a hard matchup like that. Okay, yeah. AmazingmikMan versus Cold Madness. If you guys remember last week, we saw AmazingmikMan playing this weird Flamvel list, and it actually worked out really nicely for him. Looks like he's going into Tengu plans, so we'll kind of see how this works. AmazingmikMan just starting with a set of a Necro Gardener, which is kind of interesting. And then is he going to... Oh, he respects the Gores, which is nice. Dark Hole comes out, but immediately gets hit with the Solemn Judgment. So respect to that, getting the 4K life. But oh, this is about to go really, really hard. Go Glow Up into Armory Arm. That gets 2 tokens. He negates that summon right there. Now, call me crazy, but technically speaking, he could have equipped the armory arm to the Leviathan Dragon. It obviously makes Leviathan do more damage, but you do have a token, and that does prevent this from just dying, and then maybe you can use that on the Fire Dog on the next turn. But it doesn't seem to matter, because Cold Madness is just, we're going off this turn, you know, oh my god, we're dropping the tactical nuke. It is, yeah, this is game. There's no way that's not game. The AmazingmikMan's holding firm. He's not even scooping. Okay, there's a scoop. Looks like we're having the traditional DC from games, you know, we'll love to see it. All right, so we see Card Trooper coming in, milling a Necro Gardener, respect, Tour Guide goes in, we get Max Seed. Not a super big fan of the Max Seed, but I guess he just wants to see something. The Lila's kind of nice, but Fire Dog's going to go really, really hard here. Yeah, so here the Max Seed is going to come out, I'm going to assume, on attack deck. Yeah, so he gets to, oh wait, he just goes no effect. Interesting. Oh, and he tried to go for a synchro play with the Sangan, but he can't synchro Sangan because we'll summon off a Tour Guide. Here, Fire Dog. Oh my god, that's actually crazy. He Necro Gardeners to protect the Fire Dog and then swings in and goes for Poon. Oh, this is gonna be. Oh, we were gonna go Trish. Instead, we go Thought Ruler Archfiend. Why did he go Thought Ruler Archfiend? I don't actually know why, but here's Armory Arm into Orient Dragon. Search a back C, and then wait. Oh, he Monster Reborn the second. I was so curious how he did that. Okay, Lila coming out, hitting the Solemn Judgment. That feels really good. End phase space on the Treacherous. That doesn't feel good. This Poon just gonna sit here and wall off searching stuff. Foolish Burial into Dandy, dropping 2 tokens. And this is where the Max C is gonna come out. So we're just gonna probably pass. Here comes Call the Haunted onto the Sangan. We're summoning. Oh my god, we're dropping everything. This is gonna out the Poon because this searches. AmazingmikMan just scooping it up. Unlucky. Dang, how did he get so low life? I don't even really remember. But either way, you know, we're going fast. So what are you gonna do about it? I can't go back. We don't got time to go back. We're going forward. And right now we got Kinky versus Yokan. If I remember, Kinky was the one who was playing that spicy Convulsion of Nature list. Now this list is super cool, but at the same time, I'm also gonna say I feel like you have to open exactly the nuts for this deck to be remotely useful, and anything else is gonna be really, really bad. So we go in for a Mind Crush hitting a Judgment. That feels pretty good, but like we have Warning and Horn of the Phantom Beast. Those are all great cards. Yokan on the TG, swinging into the Sangan. Sangan's going to get the search. We're probably going to get... Oh, we get Armageddon Knight. I thought it was going to be Diva. Yeah, here we go for Armageddon Knight. Dumping into an Exceed. We turn off the Tengu. We don't really care about the Maxi. We actually let the summon of this card go through, which is kind of spicy. And then we're going for a Warwolf... or Duality into Warwolf. This does mean like you can go for like a Torrential play, which seems like that's what he's going for. Oh my god, we're just walking into the Torrential. We don't give a hoot. That's a fantastic Torrential from Yokan, but Inky just drawing all the cards in the entire universe. Here's the BLS Slam in main phase 2. Bounce the Archfiend's Oath, summon the Blackwing Zephyros, activate Archfiend's Oath, and get the Gishki Diviner. Yeah, this deck's just going plus a million. But like I said, I feel like it needs to see this, and it's so fragile to the likes of MST and Heavy Storm. But it is funny when it goes off, and that's what we're seeing right now. Archfiend's Oath just pulling cards out. Here's the Deep Sea Diva from a Duality, but that doesn't actually do anything because, yeah, we can't, like, you can't summon it this turn, so... Just summoning, adding more cards to the hand. We got double Effectively Dark Hole. We don't really care about that Deep Prison. Like, we're just out card advantaging our opponent super hard. But here, this Tengu into Horn of the Phantom Beast is going to feel pretty good because now Yokan can start building some cards back up. But here, Archfiend's Oath is going to get us the Solemn Judgment. Just go for a Gaji Set Solemn Pass. Wait, why did he... Oh, he Veilers. Why did he Veiler? I don't actually understand. Alright, well, Either way, Yokan slowly inching his way back into this game. Gishki Diviner is coming in, swinging over the TG Striker. That doesn't really do anything. He's kind of just going to lose life points for free off of that. Dust Shoot's going to put back a monster. Dark Hole's going to come out into the Solemn Judgment. Then the Avarice. Okay, looks like Kinky just admitting defeat there. I'm actually not sure why, but it is what it is. Okay, Kinky leading off with a Sangan set into the Rush Rhino, swing into the Sangan. Sangan is going to search a Diva. Feeling good. 2 back row set into the turn 1 Dust Shoot, putting the Diva right back. That feels bad. But looks like it's going to be an eye for an eye. You know, we're going to Armageddon Knight, dump a Plague, exceed here, set the Dust Shoot, swing in for 25. He gambles the Gores, even though he has Dust Shoot. Okay, and then it seems like Yokan is going for a turn 1 priority play, but it seems kind of, I mean, low-key it seems kind of sus, because, like, I don't think you're just slamming that to play around Dust Shoot unless, like, you're actively thinking this set card is Dust Shoot, but, yeah, so, little sus action there. I don't know. It's tough to tell when it's going this fast, but Convulsion of Nature is played. Now we're going to get to start drawing a ton of extra cards with Gishki Diviner. Utopia can protect this. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Yeah, we're just gonna keep adding cards here. Synchro for 6 or Synchro for 5, make a Catastor, get Judgmented, and then he has to deprison the no material. Did he have to do that? I think he could have just let the Tengu die low-key. I don't know if I would have deprisoned that there, but either way, we're going to summon a magical android. Ooh, gain the life points back so you can keep adding cards off of Archfiend's Oath. Here is the MST. Gonna slam it on the back row so he can safely swing into the Rush Rhino. Does he have a Light and Dark Engrave? No lights is what he's missing. Okay, and then end phase gain 600. At Randy Space. Okay, game 3. We actually beat TG once with this. That's pretty impressive. Oh my god, this hand looks low-key insane. Here's the tour guide into the Sangan. Is he going to go for an exceed play? He kind of has to. But there's so much back row here. There's no way that goes through. Respectfully, he passes. I like that. I like to see it. I guess you can't use the Archfiend's Oath and Convulsion of Nature if Thunder King's on the field. So here we're going to do it. And then, oh, we're judgmenting the Archfiend's Oath. Respect. Here comes the duality into the MST for the Convulsion of Nature. Okay, I like that. Oh, wait, not even slamming it. We're just swinging it. I guess maybe he saves it for the Archfiend's Oath. He doesn't really care about anything else. Oh, there it goes. Okay, never mind. We're just slamming it at main phase 2. Oh, I guess that plays around Gores. Ooh, Thunder King attacks. Then we drop BLS, start banishing the TGs. That feels pretty good. Only this was a Veiler. Here we're just going to get a Rush Rhino. It has to just kind of stall, which does not feel good. We swing into that. He attacks. Oh, this is just game. God damn. Unlucky. BLS clutching out the game there for our boy Kinky, I guess. We'll move on to this next matchup. All right, BrahimPoki versus It's Gucci. BrahimPoki, a traditionally a fantastic player within our server. He tends to top with his hero stun. Again, I like to see that we're on Legacy of Yada instead of the Jar of Greed, because you never know when your opponent's going to drop a Kinkabio on the field, you know, or Kinkabio, however you want to pronounce it. Mirror Force goes hard here, but that kind of softens the blow. We're in a hero mirror match. I just now realized that. That's kind of crazy. God, the hero mirror match is so awkward. Gemini Spark really swings this shit. Warning the alias, respect, set another card, pass. Deep, no deep prison. Low key, this makes it seem like, the text on this makes it seem like you can tribute your opponents. You can't, but it looks like you can. All right, ooh, we're going for the Bubble Man search. I guess get the absolute zeros online. That does help in these matchups. Okay, nice. He's drawn the card. Monster Reborn, Chain Maxi, and draws into another Maxi. Ugh, this is why I hate main deck Maxi. But here is The Miracle Fusion play into the D Prison, that feels really bad. Summon Thunder King, that doesn't feel great either. Especially when we have, yeah, he has Hero Blast to just nuke that. I think I maybe would have waited for my opponent to like commit to a normal summon or enter battle phase. I don't know if that's what happened, again, because we're going really fast, but either way, it's Gucci taking the first game. BrahimPoki now gets to go first, has a lot of back row removal and Honest plus Thunder King, which is really strong. Cyber Dragon gets summoned into a bottomless, and then we just set an MST in response to our opponent's back row. Looks like they're just passing back and forth. Neither player wants to risk attacking, which is kind of interesting. Like, I'm not sure why BrahimPoki is electing not to MST the back row. But okay, we're hitting them with the Poison Cloud and swinging in, which is kind of nice. A nice little spot removal tool that doesn't require you killing both your Tour Guide and your extra monster. Dark Hole going on to Tour Guide Thunder King, which doesn't feel super great for BrahimPoki, but we're swinging in with the Stratos, set one pass. Here's the Heavy Storm. Oh, the Miracle Fusion on your opponent's Stratos into Absolute Zero, into Tour Guide. Oh my god. Wait, is there nothing for him to Levier back? He could have brought back his opponent's Stratos, which is actually crazy. Looks like BrahimPoki just admits defeat there. This is the power of Tour Guide in this mirror match, though. That went really hard. All right. We have Lure Tactical versus Rabbit Rule 98, I think. Rabbit Rules 98? I don't know. I can't read. I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh player. Looks like we have Agents versus, I'm assuming, Falcon Punch. So we're starting off with a Zephyros swinging in. The Agent player did get the low tempo start. Here comes the Maxi onto this, which prevents the summon of anything else into a crash. I don't think you're ever complaining about that crash there. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. The limit reverse into the bounce. No Falcon just yet, putting back the DD Crow instead of the Dark Spear, which is a little insane. But yeah, here's Herald of Orange Light, which is, we set a Call of the Haunted, and we have access to the Trishula, which is, well, I suppose it does give him a big beater. Doesn't feel great. Bryanak coming in, get a pitch, a Shine Ball, bounce that Trish, but that does leave everything there. Oh, and then the BLS to finish it off. Yeah, Lure Tactical just wasn't seeing the stuff, and honestly, I think Agents are kind of a rough matchup for the likes of Falcon Punch. We go Leviathan Dragon, summon with Thunder King. Ooh, Rabbit Rule just opening like kind of a super useless hand. We're gambling the Sangan. I guess he's just assuming his opponent doesn't have back row, which is a pretty safe assumption when playing into Agents. Here's the Heavy Storm, and he's just gonna Dark Hole. He gets the Search of Valor, which is like, yeah, this is just cooked. Okay, yeah, game 3. Wow, that was just the Agent Brickfest. Love to see it. Now we have the strong opening, but the Maxi to answer, so that is definitely going to turn off that opening. The MST onto the Lance, grabbing an Emptiness, which is also pretty spooky, especially in this matchup. I actually really like that as a side card versus this deck. He just sets a card, bounces, and attacks, sets 2. He has the Fiendish Chain here, which is really good. And then we're going for the main phase 2, summon Earth, and just pass. He could have made a Gotchi. I would have made a Gotchi there, 100%. He bounces the Fiendish Chain, attacks over the Tragodia, bounces other back row, swings over the Earth. So yeah, I think if that was Gotchi, it makes a huge difference. Here's the Vanity's Emptiness. He just kind of preemptively slams it, but that does give the MST play. See, I don't like setting... I don't think you set multiple back row if you have Vanity's Emptiness. That's one thing I think is like kind of a hard rule. Don't do. Because of the exact issue of like, you know, this guy sided into triple MST in the matchup, right? Imperial Iron Wall is a really cool card to see, though, so we're just going to set Dark Sphere and set the Imperial Iron Wall. Unfortunately, I don't know if he has the tempo to do anything, so yeah. Rabbit Rules taking the dub in the favorable matchup. All right, so here we have Vellis on his macro deck versus Halfar, and honestly, like going into plants or like TGs, like I think he played TGs in the first round. Now he's playing against plants. It's not a bad matchup. I mean, like no deck really wants to play in the macro, but of them, like these decks, like really hate doing it. And it looks like Vellis gets a strong start with like the Starlight Road, setting Macro Cosmos. We activate the Macro Cosmos, summon Card Guard, which is a big boy. And then we deprison the Thunder King, go for the Necroface ad off of the Gold Sark, and then goes for the Starlight Road on the Tarantula. And I'm pretty sure that's just gonna like cook this entire game. Like there's no way this does anything else. Yeah. So then MST on the warning just to kind of get some information, goes into game 2. Halfar gonna start things off with a really strong hand opening Dust Shoot plus warning and Heavy Storm, which is like insane in this matchup. We're gonna go for the Dust Shoot. The warning is going to get MST'd. We're going to take the Tour Guide away. And then here we just go for the Gold Sark into the Necroface, set 2, pass, and then the Heavy Storm comes out and looks like he just scoops because, yeah, you're not really coming back from that card advantage. That looks pretty doomed. All right, game 3. Vellis starts off again with Gold Sark for Necroface. This is actually really useful if you like hit your opponent's Tengus and stuff and can turn things off. But Halfar did not lose a Tengu there. I respect the Dark Bribe on the Econ because that was pretty devastating there. Here comes Tour Guide, going into Tour Guide. We're making Leviathan Dragon and swinging in, not playing around Mirror Force, which you do get instantly punished by that Mirror Force. Halfar then going to just summon a Thunder King and swing in. Things are looking a little grim, but the return is going to be pretty big until it gets warninged. Then we're going to summon the Gren Maju, who is like pretty big. 2k, I guess. Then we're going to see the Leviair come out, bring back a Gren Maju, which actually lowers the attack of that Gren Maju, but then it puts the attack back up with the Deprison. Holy! This Snowman Eater is actually really nice, but that Dark Hole really, really hurts. And yeah, it looks like, damn, Halfar just clutching that one up. All right, moving on to our next match. Himne versus BS45. We get to see some Infernity action, and I don't remember what Himne was playing. Oh, he was playing Piper. So Piper versus Infernity, but I low-key want to say that this would be a bad matchup for Himne because he just simply lacks the responses to prevent his opponent from comboing off. But BS45 does open a rough hand until that Inferno actually hard saves it. He can just go Leviathan Crash, which is really nice, and then just set Barrier plus Inferno. This basically just guarantees his combo goes off next turn. Himne going for a nice little, ooh, he gets the Effect Veiler off the Piper, which is really helpful. Honestly, his single back row is pretty nice. Tour Guide's going to come in, get instantly Veilered. He's going to attack. I'm surprised. Oh, wow. Okay, so he's chaining the Inferno here. Now he gets to combo off in main phase too. That was actually pretty smart of him. Yeah, this is going to be a really big push by BS45. He searches an Infernity Break, sets Synchros for 100-Eye Dragon, is going to summon back Archfiend plus Necromancer, gets another Barrier, summons back Archfiend, summons back the Mirage, Synchros for 8 into Doom Dragon, pops the Gores, does the damage, brings back Archfiend for another Search of Break. And oh my god, yeah, this has to be, there's no way he pulls through this, right? He can Barrier. Wow, he doesn't Barrier the, okay, it doesn't matter. I probably, like, he has double Barrier. I probably Barrier that Cat Sith play. Like, he can't do it twice. But it doesn't matter. BS45, Covenant Clutch with the Infernity. Himne responding with back row removal. He gets the Decree. He even has Prohibition, which is a spicy tech. You know, love to see it. Allure of Darkness coming out, banishing the Mirage. That feels really good. Tour Guide into... Oh my god, this goes really hard with the Leviair play here. So he's going to activate Leviair, bring back the Mirage. We're going to see combo come out here. And it's actually really scary. Like, I mean, Himne does have access to Decree in the end phase, which is going to be pretty strong. But it looks like, okay, end phase Decree. So none of these traps are live, which does make it a bit tough for our boy here. Well, the Black Rose is going to nuke everything. Oh my god, BS45, that feels so bad, man. There's the MST for the Archfiend. He draws Launcher and doesn't slam it. I'm surprised. I mean, I get maybe, does he, I don't know if he has information on the Wing Blast, but maybe he's just trying to get there by other means. He gets Maxed and Veilered. Then we're just swinging in for some damage. Battle Fader gets dropped. Tour Guide comes out. Levier's back. The Kushano makes a Unicorn and swings over the Archfiend. Doesn't detach. Oh, he can't detach because he doesn't have cards in his hand because of the Fabled Unicorn. Oh no, he's not playing into the Unicorn well. He actually accidentally misplayed. I don't even know what's happening. I have no idea what happens here. But yeah, it looks like Fabled Unicorn is clutching up. Can he Avenger? He can't Avenger. Yeah, there's the Avenger. Okay, that hitting that book feels really bad. I don't even know what we could top deck here that like makes a difference. Oh, Dark Eruption is fantastic. It's actually crazy. He can priority summon these two back. Double Veiler coming in. Holy shit. Wait, Kushano clears. Oh my god, Hivne. That's actually insane. Wow, okay, going into game 3. BS45 really holding out on that batch. I'm amazed that like he survived as long as he did. This is a disciplined Inferni player. I love to see it. We're starting out with Raikou set 2. Oh, the Sengen feels bad, but we're gonna deprison to play around it. Allure, Banishing Mirage. We're gonna pop the back row, which is MST. Does not feel good. Setting 2 and passing. Here's the Piper, drawing Heavy Storm, which is okay. The Book of Moon Chain feels a little bit better, but now we just have double MST, or yeah, double MST as Reborn. He's gonna slam Reborn, get Archfiend. Okay, so maybe we're getting to some combo here, which feels good. Just setting the barrier and passing. Wow, he has actually no grave here. Okay, that does get Mirage, and then he can activate or that gets Avenger. He can actually just activate the Avenger off of the destruction of the Raikou, which is crazy. MST is hitting the barrier. We have double MST back row here. No darks engrave and no way to get a dark engrave, so these are kind of useless. Necromancer is an insane top deck. We get back the Archfiend. Archfiend is going to add a launcher for these two. Yeah, this is full combo. I'm assuming BS45 just wins the game here then. It's like, yeah, okay. Damn, GG. Well played by BS45. That's so cool. I love seeing Inferni. I'm glad he's representing the deck. It's a really tough deck to pilot in this format. All right, we got Roger Smith versus Darksigner, both pretty solid players within the format here. This is going to be some high-level gameplay. I'm excited to see it. Roger Smith on the X-Sabers, opening pretty strong, but going second into Agents feels pretty bad, especially with the hand he has. He's going to just start by setting Hamster, setting a back row passing. Here, Darksigner is going to go for the other Venus or the other Shine Ball into the third upstart. While we have all three Venus here. Just going for the Hyperion into the pop. He must know his opponent's on X-Sabers. I mean, all the replays are public, so he probably is aware. So that was definitely playing with information. Dark Hole into setting Pashul feels pretty good. Tour Guide's going to swing in the... Oh, wait. It wasn't... He didn't set Pashul. Where did I see Pashul? But here we get the Fall Troll, which is really, really nice, because this is going to set up a combo, but we are just going to get hit with the... Maxi, which doesn't feel great onto the Fall Troll. That's like the most maxiable point. The Randy Space into the Pashul feels pretty good. We're going to Synchro for Catastor. That will out both, which means the whole board is vulnerable, so he's not going to be able to get there. He goes Monster Reborn for the Hyperion and crashes, which does not feel good, especially when we're just summoning another big boy there. Yeah, Roger Smith just FFs that one. Now he gets to go first. Let's see what he sides in for the matchup. Set in Truth plus Pashul. Darksigner starts off with Venus into the Shine Balls. He goes for the Veiler. I'm never a fan of using Veiler there, especially because, like, I mean, obviously he's like trying to leave the defense position monster. I personally don't think the agent player should ever put the Shine Balls in defense to begin with, but there's really nothing to bring back there, so like I don't like using that Veiler at all. If his graveyard was set up, it's fine, but I that play. End phase into Pashul. This is gonna go really, really hard. He makes a Nat Beast, respect, clears through the Gotchis, clears over this, plays into the Gores. Ugh. Okay. Main phase 2 makes a Stardust Dragon, sets 2 and passes, gets a Fall Troll. He does have Godam Z-Call, which feels really good. We get the Light Imprisoning Mirror. He's going to swing over. It basically clears his whole board, though, which feels pretty bad. Although I guess this defends. Oh, no, it doesn't even protect the Fall Troll. Main phase 2, he goes for a Brahimpoki play, bouncing Stardust Dragon. Oh, he's just going to bounce the entire field, so he can't go for a Fall Troll play. This is why you don't play into Gores. When you have the established board as the X-Saber player, guys, you just play to loop their hand. Don't give them the satisfaction of breaking your OP boards. Roger Smith taking the scoop to whoop, loses the game, understandably so. TG Agents versus TG, love to see it. Giorgione versus I don't know, I can't. Make easier names, guys. Come on. All right, starting out with the duality into Rush Rhino. We already had the Rush Rhino, so I guess it is what it is. Thunder King coming in, getting bottomless, makes sense. Just passing. Doesn't want to set the econ. Respect. I never want to set the econ either. God damn, this hand is terrifying. We're playing into the Gores because we got the warning. So, you know, perfect play so far from Giorgione. Setting everything, going for the Dust Shoot, hitting the Warwolf. Now we're going for a Earth summon into a warning. I don't know why you would warning instead of just skill draining there. I don't like using warning there, but it is what it is. Either way, this is looking pretty cooked. Okay, yeah. All right, going into game 2. Why do we have Cyber Dragon when we're going first? Not sure what that is about, but it is what it is. You know, something I always talk about, guys, is I'm not trying to flame nobody. I'm pointing out the mistakes, but I don't want to flame. Everyone's Tengu journey is different. I don't know where everyone's at or whatever. You know, sometimes you just have a lapse of judgment. Other times you're just inexperienced. It is what it is. But ultimately, retro formats are about having fun, guys. Like that's all that matters. So it's important to not like flame, but you know, I want to point out these mistakes so we can all learn, you know. I do love this play here. Going for the Minecon into the Black Rose, getting Blackhorned. But yeah, this Gotchi plus the Thunder King is like pretty strong. I'm surprised he didn't go for the summon of the Thunder King. He judgments the Horn of the Fan Beast. Why not just summon Thunder King the turn prior? I don't understand. Maybe I missed something. I don't know. Deep Prison coming out for the Thunder King feels bad. See, but the thing is if he would have played that differently, then he could have judgmented the D Prison, and then when he goes to damage step and flips Horn, then he could like drop the Honest, which is pretty crazy. You know, like you're just gonna blow your opponent out at that point. Either way, we're crashing the Rush Rhino, which feels pretty good for Giorgione. Oh, we draw into the BLS, but don't have a Dark because we got our Warwolf put back by the Dust Shoot, and looks like that is just going to wrap up that game. A fun fact, if you're playing TG Agents, the play is side out all your TGs and your BLS, and then side into heavy hate for whatever your matchup is, right? So for the likes of like TG, you could side into like Decrees and all sorts of stuff like that, right? And that is going to, like, you know, just play whatever will swing your matchup, because like that TG package isn't necessary. It's just really good. And it's also better going second than it is going first. So if you're going first, side that shit out. All right, Bulk Goblin versus Gwari, playing his thick boy TGs. Bulk Goblin starting off. We're on the Catsith Monarch deck again. Oh, we got the TG Striker into the Gaia Knight, the biggest boy in the game. You know, what are you going to do? Not in the game, but a pretty big boy right here, you know. So now we're going for Kushano into Catsith. Bounces the Kushano to hand, goes for the Chaos Sword, banishes the Tengu, he gets another Tengu. Summon Swap Frog, dump a Treeborn. Does he bounce? Oh, he could have bounced the Chaos Sword, which would have been kind of cool, but there's the Horn of the Phantom Beast. I don't know, I feel like that Chaos Sword might have been a bit preemptive, but who knows. And then here we're setting, what was that, Book of Moon set? We go for the Econ, he chains, then he tributes for Ryza, spinning that. Goes for the Chaos Orc, banishing the Tengu, and then swinging in direct. Actually not a bad play there. Oh, the Fabled Unicorn. That means nothing is working now. What are you gonna do? You can't activate nothing. Oh, Fabled Unicorn. Fabled Unicorn's been coming up clutch in this round, guys. That card goes hard. Ooh, Gwari opening the Smashing Ground. I'm not sure why we keep Smashing Ground in one going second. But, you know, it's not the worst. Okay, here's the Reinforced Truth for the TG Striker. Respect. That's the X-Saber play. Right. Ooh, torrentialing 2 TG monsters. That feels really bad. Why do we have so many traps in if we're on Treeborn Frog? I'm so confused. Either way, and why did you keep torrential in versus TGs? I'm also confused about that. Either way, here's the D-Prison into the Lance. Feels fine, but like, gotta do something here. Okay. We get a... Wait, does he not play Formula? Bro, play Formula. Synchro for 2 first, then Synchro for 5. I guess... Yeah, no, that's just 100% the play. Here's the TG Striker into Rush Rhino, swinging in for some big damage. Bulk Goblin gonna draw, normal summon a Sangan and attack over the Striker, setting a MST and passing. Ooh, that Thunder King goes really hard here. He's gonna Veiler it. Ugh. I'm not sure what he's even looking to search here. Yeah, I guess he gets Tour Guide. That's going to out the Thunder King, but... Oh, he brings back the Catastor. Okay, so now we can just swing over. Okay, nice. That was good. He played around Torrential really well there. Is he gonna respect the... Oh, no. He didn't respect the Gores. Although, I kind of get it. I mean, this is pretty smart tech from Gwari. Like, no one plays Gores in this deck, low-key. Oh my god, these Smashing Grounds. That's just game. Wow. Smashing Grounds just hard won that game right there. Respect. Alright, Gwari drawing. I think going... Oh, he's going second. And we have all this back row. Legacy of Yada, I guess, is okay. Because you can do, like, the Creature Swap Kinka play, which is really cool. But we don't really have any of the tools to get there. Here's Swap Frog dumping a Treeborn, attacking over. Like, I mean, we're just attacking over floaters, though, so this doesn't really feel all that great. What do we even have for, like... I don't even like having any of this back row set. Why do you want that... Why did you need the Econ set? It doesn't really make a lot of sense. Because now you've turned off your Treeborn and you have to, like, burn... Yeah, you burn this to save 2,000 life points, but that doesn't really feel all that good. Stand by, you get the Treeborn back. We're summoning for Fabled Unicorn. This is going to turn off the float effect, which is respectable. Wow, it turns off both because of the Cat Sith. That's really, really cool. He's going to swing in and go for a Shrink play, which now the hands are off, so that means that will kill it. But then Heavy Storm coming in clutch. This should... I mean, honestly, this should just be, like, game or, like, close to it. Tour Guide coming in, making Leviathan Dragon swinging over, but we still have access to Ryza plus Treeborn, so, like, that's gonna... Yeah, that's gonna be pretty big. You can even set the Mirror Force. Does he just Mirror Force here to try to, like, win the game? Oh, yeah. Wait, he just wins the game regardless, because he can just make Armory Arm with the Kushano. Wait, what? No Armory Arm? I'm so confused. Banish the Treeborn set. Bias. Oh, that's just game. Interesting. I wonder if he's just not on Armory or something. That was kind of bizarre. Why does this also said Cat Sith? Oh. Slap God just Exodiad. Respect. Shout out to Slap God. Alright, we got Undo Bacon versus Old Pharaoh. Undo Bacon. It looks like a Tengu plant mirror batch, but one of them opened double Tengu. Both opened absurdly monster heavy. And goes for the Summon Thunder King set 1. This is my issue with Tengu plants, is I feel like Tengu plants is a very normal summon reliant deck. Like, all these monsters are just normal summons unless you have, like, the spells to, like, you know, like, if he has 1-for-1, this hand becomes insane, but without 1-for-1, this hand is, like, pretty awful. And especially, like, you know, now we're playing into Thunder King, and, like, all you can do is, like, play to crash Thunder King, which is what he's gonna do. My bad, I didn't click fast forward. We wasted some time there. Wait, both have double Tengu? Bro, what is happening? This is like Twilight Zone. We got Tour Guide, going for Sangan, going into Leviathan Dragon, detaching, attacking over the Tengu. Doesn't really matter, but this... I guess... Wait, he actually has the clutchest Trishula play of all time here. Yeah, let's do it. Boom, baby. Vanish. Wow, no Valor. Just don't hit a Tengu. Okay, hitting Glow Up is really good. That's really good. Because now old Pharaoh needs to get a tour guide to, like, kind of deal with this situation. Spirit Reaper isn't bad. But now here comes tour guide of his own, going to Sangan, attacking into the set monster, which is unfortunately going to be Spirit Reaper. Here's the Torrential Tribute. The Thunder King dies to the Torrential. But it looks like he declared Prio, so that should have been on the Summon of the Thunder King, not on... But it looks like they played it that way, so I don't know. Chaos Orc banishing the Tengu, going into the Arcanite Magician, swinging over the Tengu. This is why Arcanite's so good in this deck. This is something that I like that a lot of people have been doing. The Judgment. The Book of Moon. Yeah, that's really good. Blow up. Oh, Tribute for Caius. Banish the Dandy. That feels crazy. And you don't have to worry about Gores here because you have the Arcanite. Yeah, insane board state for Undue Bacon. Well played. Well played. All right. Old Pharaoh going first. Has the Lone Fire into the Dandy. I'm personally a bigger fan of, like, Lone Fire into Spore, but I guess turn one it's fine. I think you just tour guide into Sangan low key there. Because Lone Fire into Spore is just so much better. But doesn't matter. We're going to clear through all these Dandy tokens, make our own Leviathan Dragon, get 2 Dandy tokens off of the Horn. Oh, and then the Call of the Haunted is going to go really, really hard here. But you didn't even have to tribute. You could tribute your plant tokens there, and I think that actually creates a better end board, but I'm not sure because I don't have the time to math it out. Cyber Dragon, you can contact Fuse with that Formula Synchron, but we're not gonna. We're going to instead go for whatever is happening here. I think you just go for Black Rose Dragon there, my friend. That's what I would have done. Either way, here comes the Gores coming in into the main phase 2 Caius, into the Scrap Dragon. Oh my god, somebody save this man. All right, Undue Bacon gets to go first. Summons the tour guide, gets the Sangan, sets a warning, passes, gets MST'd. Then the tour guide into the Sangan. We're just, you know, doing the mirror match thing. Searching the Lone Fire. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Main phase 2, setting a card. Sangan's going to crash. Searching a Lone Fire as well. We're just full mirror matching in the mirror match. You know, everything. We're just taking turns doing the same thing. Ooh! The Dandy into the Dandy. Oh, wow. That actually is pretty crazy. That Maxi is really good. I think you have to just, like... Oh, he's taking the challenge! Wait, did he just smashing ground a Dandelion? Why? I'm so confused. Warning on the Tengu, respect. Draws into his own Tengu. Have, like, phenomenal board state. Caius gets D-Prison. That honestly feels great. Ooh, but this Vanity's Fiend is really, really strong. Judgment has to come out for it. Looks like Undue Bacon just going to clutch up and win this game here, I'm assuming. Okay, there's the Max C, but it doesn't really do anything. I don't know if... Is this Spore live? Oh, the Glow Up was live, so we can go for this Caius play. Dang, Caius just coming up clutch in these matchups. Oh, both Spore and Glow Up were live. Oh, and it hits the Scapegoat. He can't even chain it because he doesn't have enough monsters. Here comes Tengu into the Glow Up Bulb effect. Synchroing for 9 into the Trishula. That should probably just win the game here, yeah. Alright, respect. Alright, we got Doba's Kara Curries again. Again, we're playing the Machine Dupe Kara Curry on this one versus, I don't know. I don't remember. God Dot What you playing? Inconclusive. But a turn 1 nat beast is really good versus this hand. Oh wait, he's going in. He's going in. Okay, get the draw 1 and the turn 1 nat beast. That feels even better. Oh my god, somebody stop this crazy thing. He gets another draw. Oh my god. Just sets 4. Oh, and we spaced the warning. Ah, the heavy storm. I'm assuming, is it Falcon Punch? Okay, it's Falcon Punch. It's some type of Falcon Punch. That's my guess off of just seeing the card trooper in like all the back row. But oh, Doma, he did that man dirty right there. Oh my god. Cyber Dragon coming in, poking in. Now we got the sick play of the strategist. Gets warning. That's fine. We set everything there. Ooh, drawn to the merchant, get Fiendish Chain. It's not the worst, not the end of the world, but it does mean if he draws into a big boy, this won't be able to switch to defense, so he will be able to clear it. Oh, tributing for Cyber Dragon. Respect. Not giving his opponent the time to get access to the Falcon, so I kind of like the play. We're going for the duality into the Judgment, but like, it doesn't really advance your board state. You need to see something. Like, okay, we have the Zephyros into the Monster Reborn. The warning's gonna come out. This is looking pretty cooked. Oh, okay, Judgment. Yeah, that's gonna clear through it. Wow, is that enough? That might be enough to like win this game. That's so insane. Oh, okay, Mirror Force comes in. That's pretty big. He has to commit into the Maxi. Oh, he's going deep. We're going Leviathan Dragon, and he can just... Oh, and the dad comes out. We have Chalice for the dad, which is pretty good. Yes, he technically could have Chalice his own monster, which is pretty respectable. I like that we're messing with the Chalice now. I think that card is good in decks like this. Instant Fusion, getting instantly max seed, going for the Synchro. He's just committing to the play, though, which is kind of spicy. I guess if he sets everything, he doesn't care what his opponent has. But this Dark Hole gonna feel kind of nasty. It's also why, like, I'm not a fan of keeping Instant Fusion in. And, like, if you're gonna be honest, side that shit out, man. Like, you're putting max season versus you. Make your deck less max-seeable. Oh! This Heavy Storm plus Decree into the combo. GG! This is about to go hard, guys. This is about to go really, really hard. Oh, the quick. Bonk. Bonk, bonk. Wait, why did he bring back Hypa instead of a tuner? Doesn't matter. Doba clutches the dub. Let's get it. Alright. Ryo. Oh, looks like this was a FF. Another Exodia. Slap God. He's just too good. All we do is see Slap God win. Why can't I click on this link, bro? You see this? Jesus. Okay. We will rock you. All right, statistically speaking versus Bonnie 94. Bonnie 94 playing agent, starting off strong with the best starter of Venus in Tagachi. That feels pretty good. He's going for all 3 shine balls, which isn't bad, but doesn't play around Emmer's Blade. You know, a little risky biz over there. We see a lot of duality, grabbing ourselves a Dark Hole. Does he just slam it? Ugh, I don't like it. I mean, I guess he has Dust Shoot, so he's kind of big chilling. Hopefully it doesn't Randy space the Dust Shoot. Oh, it Randy spaced the Dust Shoot. That feels so bad, man. Warning. Oh, I don't like using warning like that. Yeah, look, now you just get BLS. Now what do? You're cooked. Oof. That feels pretty bad. This game's like fully cooked. I'm surprised he isn't just banishing, bro. I'd just be chain banishing. He's attacking, giving him a bounce. What? I'm confused. I'm so confused. What is happening in this game? Birdman into Lev. Okay. Yeah, there's drag. Okay, interesting. statistically speaking, my brother, you can't just use all your back row on the tiny guys and agents. That's how you lose. Starting off with the giant rat, though, we got the E-Telly play. This does enable a fatty Trishula if he wants it, but no, instead he goes for the Gnat Beast. And then swings in, not playing around Gores, but he does have the Mirror Force, so he has some security there. We go into the main phase 2 Pot of Duality, searching a Silent Psychic Wizard, which feels really good because that's going to set up Banishing the Witch, and we got some combos there. He Dark Holes, chains Orange Light off of the Gnat Beast, and then we get to summon back Witch. So not a terrible position for statistically speaking here, except that Heavy Storm does have some pretty high impact. Again, not respecting Gores. We're in a simplified game. Say, honestly, even if your opponent drops Gores, it's not the end of the world. You have so many floaters, like, you know, it's whatever. This Venus also doesn't really mean much. Okay, he's just going to pass because he can't really attack into anything. We go Leviathan Dragon, detach, swing over the Venus. There's no Darks in grave, but this does put 4 fairies into the grave. So that means like a Christia could come out, which is a little scary. He doesn't rip the Christia, he instead rips the Earth, which doesn't really do anything at all. Oh, he swings in just so he can't lose the game off of the battle damage. But here we got the... Yeah, we got game. That's what we got. Alright, Bonnie. Starting off with the lowest tempo play. Going for Earth into a pass. Does have Tragodia though, which feels pretty nice, but we got the creature swap, which is really, really nice. And then he steals his own commander back, makes a level 3, and then goes for an Exceed, which isn't terrible, I suppose. Don't want to leave a tuner on your opponent's board. Doesn't set the Miracle Synchro Fusion, bro. Set that card, man. You don't got a Gores. It's nice. Oh, this is about to go really hard though. We're gonna see a Trishula here, which is gonna hurt pretty bad. And hits the Esper Girl. That's not the worst target for you, because like you can Leviair back the Esper Girl and get its effect. Here we see the rip of the Silent Psychic Wizard into the Monster Reborn, into the Orient Dragon, which is going to summon back this Cleric and swing over, so that's not the worst. Here's the Hyperion. I don't know, I feel like we committed so much to that, but it is. Tour Guide into Leviair. You know, we're just going to clear through the whole board. Statistically speaking, as top decking, I think this is cooked. It's probably just game. Yes, a top deck. Yeah, not creature swap. That's what he has to top deck. All right, we're getting to the end of the round, guys. Getting close to the end, so we'll see how it goes. But we're going into Spore versus Wagamuffin. Looks like Spore is going first, and is... Oh, yeah, this is the Teledad player. Starting with the age-old 2008 Summon Krebon's Pass, because you don't have another play, into the Caius, which gets instantly Veilered. My boy Wagamuffin, wait, he's playing... He's playing the Tempo Agents, bro. He's playing the Warning and the Veiler and Agents. Respect, bro. That's my type of cooking right there, you know. People don't understand how OP Warning is an Agent sometimes, you know. It just can win a game. Unfortunately, it looks like we're drawing not a lot, but this Chaos Orc is kind of big. It does clear through the Caius. Here's the Mali into another Mali into the Plague. He can't synchro with the Tour Guide. He goes into Scrap Dragon and then swings in with the Sangan, not playing around the Gores, but he does have Scrap Dragon for it, so it's okay to not play around the Gores. But this Earth top deck was huge for the Hyperion summon, so this is going to clear through the Sangan. He searches a Necrogarna, I guess because he has Dark Grepher. Goes for the Dark Grepher, sending a Necrogarna and then another Necrogarna. Monster Reborn into Scrap Dragon for game. All right, here we go. Game 2. Teledad up a game versus Agents. Kind of wild. Love to see it. Opening the Destiny Hero Mali. Definitely could use a D draw here. Doesn't see it in the opener. Goes for Tour Guide into Sangan. Goes for a Leviathan Dragon to clear over the Venus. Pretty standard. Drag is going to get dropped. And it is going to be big enough to swing over the Leviathan Dragon. He can technically just main phase 2 Dark Hole. But he's not going to do it, I guess. Is he going to Dark Hole now? Yeah. He Dark Holes into the Judgment, which... I mean, it's not terrible to hit the judgment like that. Synchro for Brahimpoki, pitch the Mally, bounce the... Oh wait, why did he bounce Trag? I'm so confused. Why did he bounce the Trag there? Especially because I think he maybe... Was there another light on field? No, there was another light. He could have leeching the light. Oh, he just gets game right here. that was crazy. I think he could have leeching the light for a game the turn prior if he did it before he bounced the gotchi. He could have leeching the light the shine ball there that was like big off of the gotchi. Oh, we got Slap God. Slap God playing the Mist Valley Baby Rock. I feel like last round when we spectated him, he also opened exactly Mist Valley Baby Rock. Wait, did he not? This sent from the hands of the grave, you special summon it. Couldn't he have special summoned it off of pitching the ravine? I don't know. Slap God, you'll let me know. I'm confused there. Either way, we get the Brahimpoki. Searching for a Phalanx. We playing Tengu? Yeah, this is Tengu playing. So he just has a full monster hand again. We're just on the Brick Fest. Okay, Book of Moon. I don't think he really cares that much about that. Ravine, searching Ducks. Ducks summoning, getting Phalanx. Now we've got the little combo here. No hand traps on the side of Kek W. Got the Scrap Dragon, popping the Fiendish Chain. Okay, not bad. Swinging over the Tengu. Oh, no X. The third Tengu is in hand. That feels bad. And here's where the snowball effect happens. Because, yeah, he doesn't have to commit. He's committing to the Synchro, going for the Trident Dragon. Oh, my God. He has warning for the Gores. Yeah, so it's just guaranteed game. Oh, my God. Slap God, you're a beast. Cards of Consonance. Pitching the Dragoonity Phalanx. Summoning the Falcon. Bouncing the Judgment. Swinging over the Tengu. He gets another Tengu. Doesn't really matter too much. Utopia is going to swing over that, but yeah, it is what it is. Dux is going to target Phalanx, which he's going to get instantly hit with a DD Crow, but now he can pitch the Mist Valley Baby Rock. I don't understand why he can't use this to summon back. I must be missing something. Maybe I'm stupid. Someone will let me know in the comments, bro. I've never seen anyone play Baby Rock. Judgment the Judgment. Set the Maxi. Get MST'd into the attack. Is this 5? It's not. It's 4. Wait, he could have gone for... Oh, wait, no. He can't go for Ducks because he doesn't have the Phalanx and Grace, so he couldn't try to go for a Synchro to force out the negate here. But Kek W has a pretty potent field here. Normal summon a Veiler is okay. Now he can Synchro with it. Honestly, you're probably warning that Veiler summon low-key. Either way, Kek W gets the Synchro off, bringing it to game 3. Slap God gets to go first. Does he get a cool turn 1 Synchro Ashoke? Doesn't look like it. Goes for the Dragon's Ravine into Ducks. Does this, like, work with... No, it doesn't. Okay. Wait, I guess he can equip the... Yeah, he can equip the Dark Sphere, but it doesn't really do anything. So Duck's going to bring back Phalanx. Going to Synchro into... the 8 combo. You get Judgment in here. Yeah, there's the Judgment. Limit reverse, bring back Dark Spear. Dark Spear brings back Ducks. Oh, that's super nice. Oh! Actually, the Roach goes kind of crazy here, not gonna lie. With a warning, like, bro, what are you gonna do about that? And the Ravine Search. Oh, that's actually so big. That warning top deck was actually very lucky. Here's the attack in. He just sets MST and passes. He doesn't actually do anything with it. But here is the the Falcon bouncing the limit reverse into the Sangan. Doesn't really matter though, because like, what's your opponent gonna do here? He gets gets Dark Spear back off of the Dragon's Ravine. He has limit reverse, so we have cool combos. We're gonna warning the summon of the Leviathan Dragon because that can swing over the Roach. But here comes. Ooh, the gay Durg getting the Baby Rock. And Slap God win it. Okay, there we summon the Baby Rock. Maybe it just can't be summoned off of Ravine. I don't understand. But, alright, moving on. Looks like we have X-Sabers versus, did I see Diva Hero? Reading it pretty fast too. Looks like standard hero, but there may be some Diva in here. Turn 1, set a hamster, set the torrential, set the solemn judgment. We get the Dark Soul online, which feels pretty good. Setting the Dark Soul, passing. He swings into the Dark Soul, hits the other Dark Soul. Wait, main phase 2, summon the Thunder King. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Then here's the end phase. Oh, this goes so hard. You search the Full Helm Knight. You can like go for a Trish play if you want. I mean, your opponent obviously has Judgment Warning, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, that we're gonna Judgment that, and then the Judgment comes out. Oh my god. But this puts a lot of pressure on Puke to try to, like, he has to win the game this turn, otherwise it's just straight cooked, because, yeah, this is going to be absolutely disgusting. Okay, yeah, that's just game. We're just admitting defeat. Alright, Bankai... Oh, it's Bankai Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know why I like, overcomplicated this, like, last time, too. Well, we have Decree. Did I see a duality into a potential Decree versus the X-Sabers? That's super interesting. Side Decree in your hero build. Space the Book of Moon, go for the turn 1 plays. Oh, this is gonna get a little spicy here, because yeah, now we're going to, oh, I would have liked the crash a second time. I think you crash for the Dark Soul for sure. You 100% crash for the Dark Soul. Like, yeah, you're gonna get a card here, but like, I want Dark Soul pretty dang bad. Yeah, and he gets Veilered into the Dark Hole, which doesn't feel great. And, oh, Saldina actually is so, like, oppressive. But luckily, he doesn't have a way to protect it. Saldina in defense, by the way, straight walls this deck really bad. Like, nothing in your main deck outside of exactly Bogart, which, I guess he doesn't, or I guess if he's on Air Bellevue Kid too, but nothing gets over 1300, and Saldina has 1300 defense. Or send the Dark Soul. He goes for the summon of Stratos. Dang, he could have just straight up Monster Reborn that Stratos. But he has the Gemini Spark to clear through for, and the Trish for the game. Oh my god, we have so many traps. The Heavy Storm's going to come in clutch. Reinforced Truth would feel really nice, so then you can like kind of play through the heavy, but it's not the end of the world. This is great here because it's going to force out the negate. He end phase gets a search. An Emmer's Blade, which also feels pretty good, but his opponent does have Gemini Spark. He's gonna summon the Alias and not warning. Ooh, he can chain. Yeah, that's a great chain right there. Synchro for 6 into Bryanak. He low-key could have just gone for like a Monster Reborn play into a Trishula, which isn't bad, but this is fine too. This is a little more passive. We're holding our cards and that affect that. Stratos is going for a Alias. Swinging in with the Lance, that's fine. He has Monster Reborn, and then bouncing the back row, go for the Miracle Fusion. It's pretty good. Like, oh, this Gotham Z call. Yeah, with, I don't know. I think Bankai Yu-Gi-Oh can kind of clear through all this. Like, obviously he's gonna have to make a board twice, but I'm pretty sure he's very capable. End phase does this. Synchros for Scrap Dragon, attacks over. Main phase 2 pops both. Okay, respect. Main phase 2 Monster Reborn and search a Fall Troll. We have Gotham Z call. I think Puke is cooked here, boys. Yeah, that's gonna be game. And all right, we got last round, or last match of the round before we go into round 3. We'll do round 3 in another video. We have Logar versus Photo Shooty. My goat, Photo Shooty. Everyone shout out to Photo Shooty. He's been such an integral part of this community, guys. Like, if it wasn't for Photo Shooty, Tengu Plant format really wouldn't even be able to exist. We got Sangan crashing in. He opens the Future Fusion. Photo Shooty honestly opened a pretty cracked hand. I'm not gonna lie. Future Fusion gonna drop the absolute 0. Yeah, send the Ice Edge. Ooh, everything. And the Dust Shoot. My god. Okay, so here's the Card Trooper milling a lot of stuff, including a Hyperion, but doesn't quite get the Christia online, which is pretty nice for Photo Shooty because he does need to do some work here. He's going to instantly get hit with the Maxi on the Miracle, but I don't think he gives a hoot about that. I guess he knows his opponent doesn't have Gores. Logar going for the Gotchi play. which Thunder King is just going to be able to clear through. So, like, you burn the Thunder King. Oh, wait, is he just letting it go through? That's impressive. Interesting. Okay. I'm not really understanding the concept behind these plays. Oh, I guess. Oh, there's the. Oh, okay. So he's gonna negate that. Oh wait, this actually does this just cook photo shooty? Like, how did we get here? Oh. Oh no. Oh wait, but he gets to attack directly. And then Loger just scoops. Oh my god, the Ice Edge winning the game. But yeah, all right, guys. I mean, that is basically it for this round. You know, again, let me know if you guys want to keep seeing these. You know, I think it's good to go through each round. I think it's like interesting to watch all the matches. You guys get to consume a ton of different Tengu matchups, and I think it's pretty fun to kind of see what everyone's cooking, what everyone's doing. But we're just going to wrap this video up. We're just gonna wrap this video up by giving a quick shout out to the patrons. So shout out to Eric Gagnon, Slap God, My Dude, Photo Shooty, and Brian Ford. Thank you guys so much for support. But other than that, thanks so much for watching, you guys. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and have a great time doing today.